Soft closed doors, gotta love it. Hello and welcome to the Mercedes-Benz GLS 580. No, this isn't the 600 Maybach, so I don't have the lounge seats that offers, but you know what, from here, still pretty nice. My name is Jimmy and I am in ventilated, heated, and massaging seats back here. I do wish the backrest goes down further, but you know what? I got my pillow up here. I got the front seat moved away. If I want to, I can change the ambient color. All of that is controlled right here in this little tablet. I have a charger for my devices, Qi charger for my phone. You know what? This is pretty nice. I'm not going to complain about sitting back here comparing to a GLE, for example. This is definitely a step above that. However, I mean, while yes, you might be a passenger in this vehicle, you might be an owner as well, so you probably want to know everything else. So let me show you. Well, let's start with the third row. Getting access to the third row isn't difficult by any means, but it is time consuming. The doors, they open nice and wide, which is nice, but a powered second row, while definitely I understand luxury and you want motors to do everything for you, and everything being electronic is always a good thing, but this is just taking a long time. I'm like in the rain, it's snowing, whatever. I'm standing out here while I wait for this seat to move out of the way, and once it does, well, let me show you. All right, getting access to the third row is okay. That entry opening is wide enough. Headroom is good, but legroom, not so much. Let me show you in real time exactly how long it takes for this seat to slide on back. Luckily, there is a button right here on the side, so I'm able to press that. But once it's back, well, legroom is limited, and currently the seat is slid forward. If I have this all the way back, well, I better not have any legs because there's no way I'm fitting in here. But what's nice is this does have the third row heated seat option. So even if, I'm thrown all the way in the back here, at least I'm warm, which is nice. Let me go up a row here. All right, now that I got the second row back where they're supposed to, I am a child passenger safety technician, so I do want to show you how car seats fit inside here. On the driver's side, this is a Collect Lane infant seat. No worries getting a child carrier in here. The doors are nice and wide, so you're able to get that infant carrier nice and easily inside the vehicle. Height is still pretty good. You got 4 sets of lower anchors on this seat, this, and 2 in the back. The 2 in the rear, you're probably not using it for a rearward facing seat. There's no way you're putting that in there. That's probably going to be like a booster or something like that. If you're fitting rearward facing seats, you also don't really have to worry. There's plenty of space for that in front as well. So even if you have a passenger in front, there's still going to be a lot of space for that. Something that my toddler found out is the side step. While there is a side step, it's quite slippery and small. He's 4 years old and even he had troubles climbing into the vehicle with that side step. So do watch your step. But what's nice is the vehicle is wide enough for you to fit 3 car seats across. So if you have 3 kiddos, you should be able to handle them in here. Get the rear seats folded down and you can throw whatever you need in the back. As for upper anchors, there's a total of 5 within the vehicle. But let's move up front. Yes, soft closed doors on the front as well. Heated, ventilated, and massaging seats. Very, very comfortable. And what's nice is I have full control of the seat on the right. So I can move it back, forward, whatever I want to. As well as turning on the heated and ventilated seats, which is a really, really fun game when you just have control of someone else. And they just don't notice it until, 5-10 minutes down the road. And they're like, why is everything so hot? Anyways, in front of me, the updated Mercedes steering wheel, not a big fan. I like the older one. I know the older one didn't look as good, but functionality with the thumb pads straight, it just made more sense than this kind of curved design. It's just harder to use. However, for most I think you're not going to use that much, and you do have a full touchscreen anyways. But before I get to that, full digital cluster shows you all the things that you need to know. There's maps, there's CarPlay in there. It's very feature rich. Same thing with the heads-up display, a bunch of info there. The infotainment is updated with the latest MBUX, so you get wireless CarPlay, and it's full screen now, unlike previous generation where it only took up the middle. If you had an older Mercedes, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But what's nice is they still kept, well, the touchpad here in the center. So if you're not a fan of touchscreen for whatever reason, you still got that, and you got all the quick menu buttons on the side. And because this is the previous generation Mercedes, you still get all the climate control buttons right here in the center. So most of the items that you really need has a button. Sure, you still need to dive into the menu for like, well, the massaging seats and other things, because there's just so many features in here. But this, it's a good blend of physical buttons and, well, digital ones. Before we go for a drive, let's talk about the power plant. The 580 has been updated. It now features a 48-volt mild hybrid system. Combined, it makes 510 horsepower and 538 pound-feet of torque. All of that is transferred to all four wheels through a 9-speed automatic. And out on the road is exactly where the GLS shines. It's everything a luxury vehicle should be. It's quiet, it's comfortable, with a few caveats, and I'll tell you about that in a sec here. But it's just sublime. Yes, you still hear a little bit of engine note. That 4-liter V8, you get a hint that it's still an internal combustion engine. You get a little bit of exhaust note, but it's never loud, it never shouts in your face. It's not an AMG product. And the EQ system that they implemented, mild hybrid technology, is absolutely great. You're coming to a red light like I am right now, engine shuts off, rolls to a stop. Nice and quiet. No drama whatsoever. And the best part isn't even that. It's when you take your foot off the brake, it slowly ramps up in RPM and you're able to accelerate. It doesn't have that, well, starter that you normally would have. That starter is the generator and everything combined into one. And that's how it, well, accelerates away. That EQ system, it actually is really good. I really enjoy that. But like I said, there's a few caveats. It's very comfortable, but there's a little bit more body motion than I like. For some reason, when you're hitting bumps at the wrong angle, the body, it judders left and right. It feels like it's stuttering a little bit. It's shuddering just a little bit. It's not sure what it's supposed to do. And even in sport mode, it does that. And I've been driving it in individual mostly because I like the suspension just a little bit more firm. And even in that, you still feel it. It's just a bit of that left-right motion after a bump. It's not super noticeable, but it's definitely something that I felt. This is, well, essentially a 160,000 Canadian dollar vehicle with all the options, or about 125 US. It's a decent sum of money, and of course you can still add on top of that. You can get the Maybach, you can get the GLS 63 AMG if you want a little bit more power. But the 580 is that middle child. While middle child, they're often unloved, I actually really like the 580. It's just as powerful as the 600, like, I think like 10 horsepower or something like that. Not a big difference. And you still get plenty of torque, as I will now demonstrate by accelerating to highway speeds. Foot down. Yeah, it's plenty quick enough. And it doesn't have to shout about it. It's like a heavyweight wrestler in a suit. You don't expect him to knock you out, but he absolutely can. And that's basically what the GLS 580 gives you. It's hard not to love. It's really hard not to love. If you want something more sporty, like I said, GLS 63 or Alpina XB7's there for you. But if you want luxury, Who else but Mercedes, right? In any case, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.